This was a bloodbath.
Bloodbath.
I mean, it felt like at times we were back in 2013 or 2014 watching you and the rest of that offense and the Legion of Boom, like it was that dominant.
Dominant, Jay. And I'm pretty excited right now. Again, we talked about the beginning of that game. That was probably what impressed me the most about Seattle tonight, is they came out here. There's been a lot of chatter. There's been a lot of online trash talking. And this is one of my favorite things about football. When you're better than a football team, and you just come out and play bully ball.
Right.
And that's what Seattle did. It started with the opening kickoff, and it didn't end. They ended up rushing for 175 yards. This guy had 3 TDs right here. And you just see the push up front. You see the physicality. You see the domination. Come on now. We're absolutely gashing these boys. You cannot play in our building. That was the message that was sent. Look at this. Look at the end of this play. You're up 34-6 in the fourth quarter. Look what it means to the boys.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me right now? And defensively, again, this is early in the game, 4th and 1. Don't try this nonsense here. Put that nonsense back to the electromagnetic fields in San Francisco or Santa Clara. Don't bring that into Lumen Field, okay? It was a bloodbath from the opening kickoff, which they returned for a touchdown, to the last snap. Seattle came out and sent a very clear message to the San Francisco 49ers. We are flat out better than you.
And to the rest of the league, if you're wondering about it, you know, they do have the number 1 seed, but I'm not sure if everyone fully believed it. And then Sam Darnold with the oblique.
Yeah.
Everyone making a huge deal about that. You have some things to say about this.
I got to get this off my chest.
The floor is yours.
We forget, it says, there's this tweet that goes around. He hasn't thrown a football since Thursday. It's a Saturday game. So he got pulled out of the Thursday practice. When would he have thrown a football on Friday? During walkthrough? Is anyone in their right mind going to be like, hey, Sam, you got a tight oblique? The 20-play, literally, we're not even in cleats. A tennis shoe walkthrough? We want you to sling the ball around?
Yeah.
No, of course not. In the hotel, in the ballroom, when we do the walkthrough there, you don't even throw anyways. That was such a fabricated piece of nonsense. I'm like, of course he hasn't thrown anything, because he hasn't practiced since Thursday. Again, there is a walkthrough, portion on the day before the game, but under no circumstance would you want him to be throwing. He probably sits back there. It was generally 20 plays when I was playing. And he's probably like, hey, man, you don't need to throw here. Just make sure you're mentally in it. You know, of course. He didn't need to do much tonight, but when they needed him, he was accurate. He was on it. He had the right reads. The guy was fine. Again, the game was a run the football, dominate, but clearly his oblique is fine.
People thought, Drew Lock's going to play. Well, he played.
Yes.
He did play at the end when it was a total blowout.
He hasn't thrown since Thursday. It's Saturday, and they have a walkthrough on Friday.
He looks pretty good. Now, Seattle home for the NFC Championship game next week. They will face either the Chicago Bears or their other NFC rival. The LA Rams, which I know you feel is a bit more of a pickle for the Seahawks.
Yeah, the Rams will be a tough matchup.
Yeah.
I still think that, obviously Seattle can win that game, but it's not going to be as easy as it was tonight against the Niners. But I will say this, okay? I have played in 2 NFC Championship games at that field. In my first one, Jay, and this is a very true story, it was against San Francisco. We obviously won. This city is on fire when this is happening. My buddies from LaSalle and Windsor came, they visited me. Obviously, there's a celebration after we won. And I'll never forget this moment because generally you're out after a game around like 45 minutes or so. Because I was talking to my buddies in the family area, we left, we got into my car probably an hour and a half after the game ended. People were hanging off of trees outside, windows. It was pure carnage. And I mean that in the best way. I cannot explain how much this means to the city of Seattle, how electric that entire stadium will be, whoever it is, whether it's Chicago or the Rams, and how much of an advantage it is when the 12s are rocking and rolling like they were tonight.
You heard Tom Brady and Kevin Burkhardt say it. It was the end of the game. It's a 40-6 lead. They're still the loudest stadium in the league.
Yeah, it is, and it's a special place when it's like that. And again, all it takes is one little thing. Also, I'll give this credit too. They understand when to be loud, when not to be loud. I go back to that first NFC Championship that we won on that final drive before the Sherm tip to the interception.
Yep.
I couldn't hear myself talk to the person standing right beside me for the entire drive. It will be like that next week.
Paul Allen, the late Paul Allen, your former owner, had that stadium specifically designed to keep the sound in. So the lesson is, have a Microsoft founder own your team, someone that nerdy, and your stadium will always be loud.